Hi viewers, you are welcome to my channel English Easy. Class 11 NCERT text, poem number 1, a photograph by Shirley Toulson. This poem, a photograph, was written by Shirley Toulson. She was a highly regarded poet and an innovative writer from England. The poetess has presented about 3 times in the poem. One is earlier past, that is the childhood of the poetess' mother, and past, that is the poetess' own childhood, and present, poetess' adulthood. And these 3 times are presented in 3 different stanzas. This poem is a free verse. Free verse means a poem without proper rhyme scheme. Through this poem, the poetess compares or contrasts the eternity or everlasting existence of nature and the transitory or temporary life of human beings. The theme death is a hidden element in the poem. Death is an inevitable part of human life. Okay, we shall read this poem, a photograph by Shirley Toulson. The cardboard shows me how it was when the 2 girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she the big girl, some 12 years or so. All 3 stood still to smile through their hair at the uncles with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past. Mine is her laughter. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. And of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Now we shall have the detailed discussion of the poem. Before that, just to check the word meaning which is underlined. Paddling means walking. The cardboard shows me how it was when the 2 girl cousins went paddling. I had told you that there are 3 times given in the poem: earlier past, past, and present. The poet in the present time looks at her mother's old photograph when her mother had gone to a sea holiday trip with her 2 cousins. 2 cousins are shorter than her. She is the taller one, and her mother stood in the middle. The 2 cousin sisters were holding her hands in the both right and left side. When she saw that old picture or image, the poetess could imagine how her mother and her 2 cousins spent their time near the seashore, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she the big girl, some 12 years or so. This photograph was taken by their uncle, and out of these 3 girls, the poetess' mother was older and the taller. First stanza, 5th, 6th, and 7th lines. Before that, see the word meanings given here. Still. Still means motionless or without movement. All 3 stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. All the 3 girls were getting ready for the photograph. Their uncle was about to take the photo. Now, by indicating the photograph, the poetess says us that a girl with the sweet face is her mother. And this photograph was taken before she was born, because it is the childhood photo of her mother. First stanza, 8th and 9th lines. See the word meanings given here. Terribly. Terribly means very, or extremely. Transient, remaining for only a brief time, or temporary. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. These two lines says about the slow movement of nature and the terribly fast movement of human life. The sea, even after the many years, has changed very less. It has not changed much. Washed their terribly transient feet. Washed the three girls' legs with its water. The second stanza talks about the childhood of the poetess. Let's see the word meanings given here. Snapshot. Snapshot means photograph. Wry. Wry means mocking. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. After that photo was taken, 20 or 30 years passed. Now she would laugh at seeing the snapshot or the photo. She would show me the photo. And I was a little girl then. She would tell me, "See Betty and Dolly," she would say, "and look how they dressed us for the beach." She says that how strangely they were dressed up for the beach holiday trip by their parents. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter, both wry with the labored ease of loss. When my mother showed me the photograph and explained me about their sea holiday, that sea holiday was my mother's past. My mother's laughter on her face when she had showed me the photograph. When I think now it has become a past of mine. But both these past memories of my mother and mine are lost by now, by the passage of time or by the course of time. Now let's discuss the third and last stanza of the poem. This stanza talks about the present time of the poem. Before that, let's see the word meaning given here. Circumstance. Circumstance means situation or event. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. When the poetess sees the photograph now, her mother is no more with her. She has been dead many years ago, and she has nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Students, I hope you understood this poem very well. I suggest you to read this poem again and again for your better understanding. Please subscribe my channel and enable the bell icon to get my updated videos. If you like this video, just press the like button. Leave your valuable words in the comment box and share my videos.